Still yesterday we saw the another methods of the thread class, that is the basic methods as well as the naming methods also, right? So today we will see basic methods, naming methods, and the daemon thread method also, right? Today we will see the another type of method, that is the priority method. So what is mean by priority? My screen is visible for everyone. Screen is visible. Okay. 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 So what is priority? Why we are using the priority? Suppose we have a five threads, like one thread, two thread, three, four, and five. One have a priority 10, then 9, then 8, 7, and 6. Okay. So according to the priority, means suppose this thread have the 10 priority, this thread have 9 priority, 8, 7, and 6. Right. So which thread has the thread which having the highest priority, that will be executed first. Here thread have the 10 priority, this thread have the maximum priority. This thread will be executed first, then this thread will be executed, then this thread, then this thread, and then this thread. Okay. So according to the priorities, JVM will allocate the processor to that thread. Why JVM allocate the processor to the thread? Because if you want to execute a thread, so where thread will be executed in the processor, right? When thread get a processor, that time only thread will be start executing. Okay, thread will be start executing. Okay. So before that means because of that, it want a processor. So according to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to the thread. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. These five threads have the five priority. So whatever thread which have the higher maximum priority, that thread will be executed first, and the thread which having the minimum priority or the mean priority, that will be executed last. So 10 will be executed first, then 9, then 8, 7, and then 6. But remember one thing, Windows does not support the priorities. Okay, Windows does not support the priorities, means if you are declaring the thread like that, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like that, and if you are executing this program in the Windows, so Windows is not supporting the priority, means it will not give you guarantee this thread will be executed, then this thread will be executed, then at last this thread will be executed. If you are executing these threads, if you are using priorities in the Windows, this thread will be also run first, then this thread will be executed, then this thread will be executed, because thread priorities are not supported by the Windows. So what are the priorities? So priorities is started from 1 to 10. Okay, not from the 0 to 10. Okay, thread priority just start from the 1 to 10, and they have mentioned some constant for that also. So 1 is for the minimum priority, 5 is for the norm priority, and 10 for the maximum priority. These are the constants. Either you can use 1, or you can use mean priority. Either you can use 5, or you can use the norm priority also. Either you can use 10, or you can use the maximum priority. Not maximum, that is the max priority. Okay. So these are the priorities, and if you want to get or set the priority, same like a get name and set name, so it have a two methods, that is the get priority method and the set priority method. So get priority method is used to get the priority, and if you want to set the priority of the rate, for that simply we will use the set priority method. Many people are confused between that. 0 is the priority, less than 1 is a priority, and greater than 10 is the priority. So more greater, less than 1, greater than 10, and 0 is not a priority. Priority is always start from 1 to 10. Not raise less than 1 also, not the greater than 1 also, and not the 0 also. There is no priority like a minimum priority, only we have a mean priority here. See, this is the mean priority. After that, same like that, low priority is not there, we have a mean priority. Then medium priority or normal priority we don't have. We have only the norm priority. Okay, we have only the norm priority. We don't have medium priority or the normal priority. We don't have maximum priority and the high priority. We only have the max priority. Many people are confused between that. Minimum priority, normal priority, maximum priority. These are not the priority. Only we have mean priority, norm priority, and the max priority. Okay, don't have the minimum, low priority, normal, or high priority like that. Okay, so we have two methods to get and set the priority. Okay, so we will try to use that. And remember one thing, that is the Windows does not support the priorities. Okay, Windows the course does not support the priority, and priorities depend on the platform. So if you are using priorities on the Windows, Windows will not support that. If you are using Mac and other other operating systems also, so that on that system it will be work. But Windows does not support the priority. And what is the nature of the priorities? Priorities is inherited from the parent thread. So we'll see that later. First we will see the priority. Suppose now you know that. So here we have two priorities. Like here we have one priority, and this thread will be, means another thread if we create, so that thread will be execute this thing. Right. Suppose here, if I want to create a priority, simply I will write here system.out. I have already extended and I have already override the methods also, that is the run method. And after that, what I will do? Simply I will create an object. That object, if I create an object, the thread will be create. Right. If I create an object, the thread will be create. Wait a minute. Doing it is stuck. Okay. Here, whatever we will write inside the run method, that is called as the thread. So, right, yesterday I told you, whatever we write inside the run method, that is called as the thread. Simply I am giving task to the thread like it have to print a hello on the console. Now if I want to create a thread, how we will create? Simply we have to create an object test obj equals to new test. What is the name of this thread? If you are not giving any name to that thread, by default DVM will give the default name to this thread. So what is the name of this thread? It is the thread 0. Okay. If I want to start the thread, simply we will use this obj.start method. Simply we will use here object.start method. With the help of the start method, our thread will be start execution. Right? Our thread will be start execution. So indirectly it will be called this run method. Right? Then it will, when we call the start method, so indirectly it will call the run method. If I run this one now, hello will be printed on the console. Hello is printing on the console now. So how much thread we have inside this class? Inside this class, how much thread we have? That is the two thread. One thread we have inside this one. I told you, like when we execute the program, inside the main method, inside the main method, JVM will create a one thread that is called as the main thread. So main thread is executing whatever things we will write inside the main method. Okay. Another thread we have created, that is this thread. What is the name of this thread? That is the thread 0. Okay, now I want to get that which thread is working here and what is the priority of that thread. So if I want the thread which thread is working here, so for that what we will use? Simply we will use the current thread method, right? So simply I will use here thread dot will return name. So I will write inside the system.out.println. Okay, inside that I will write thread dot current thread dot, and if I want a priority, so simply I will use here get priority method. Simple I will use here get priority. Want to know that which thread will be working here, what is the priority of that thread. So which thread is working here is the main thread. And if I want to know the priority, what we will use? Simple we will use here get priority method. Now if I run this one, so see what is the priority of the main thread. So 5. 5 is the priority of our main thread. Now if I want to know that what is the priority of the thread 0, so simple we will use it here also, or you can use it here also. Simply I will use here. So simply I will use here thread dot current thread dot get priority. Okay. And if I run this one, now see what is the priority of this thread and what is the priority of that thread. I will write here child. Simple. If I run this one now, so 5 and the 5. Okay, so 5 and 5 means this main thread have the 5 priority also. And this another thread we have, that is the thread 0. This thread also have the 5 priority. Now see, if I change the priority from 5 to any another priority like thread, simply I am using thread dot current thread. Simply we have to use, and simply I am writing here set priority. If I want to set the priority, and you can, if you are setting the priority, you can use the constant also, like a maximum priority, sorry, max priority, mean priority, or the non priority also. Max priority means 10, mean priority means mean priority means 1, and norm priority means the simply you can use the few. Okay. So I can use here 6 also. You can use constants also for the max priority, mean priority, or the non priority also. Okay, so I have changed the priority from 5 to 6. Now what will be the output? We will get it here, that is the 6. Now what will be the output? We will get it here also. What will be the output? We will get anything? Anyone? what will be the output we will get now? Before that we are getting 5 for the parent and 5 for the child also. So what will be the output we will get it now? 6 and the 5. Okay. Anyone have any other answer? Okay, 6 and 5. Okay. Anyone have any other? Just try it. No. If it is wrong also, no worries. Anyone have any other answer? Both we will get 6. Like, we will get the error like that. 6 6. Okay. Vinisha is saying 6 6. Okay. If I run this one now, see 6 and the 6. We change the priority of main thread. So it is changing the priority of child thread also. So how it is possible? So if I change the priority of the main thread, so it is changing the priority of child thread. So why it is happening like that? So before that I told you like one thing, priority is inherited from the parent thread. Which is the parent thread here? Here we have one thread, that is the main thread, right? Here we have a main thread. Here we have one thread that is called as the main thread. Main thread is executing all of the things from the here. Main thread is here, that is executing all of the things, like whatever things we will write inside the main thread, that thread will be executing the things, right? After that, here that thread only creating the that this thing only creating the another thread is called as the thread 0, right? This is the only thread which is creating the 1 minute. So here we have a we are creating a thread here. Who is creating this thread? That is the main thread only. So main thread will be execute this line first. Then main thread will be executing this line. After that, main thread only will execute this line. Means which thread is creating this thing? That is the main thread only. Main thread is creating this thread, means this is called as the child thread. We can say that this is a child thread. We can say that, and whatever thread we have here, that is called as the parent thread. Parent thread is only creating the child thread. Okay. So which is the parent thread here? Is the main thread is a parent thread, and whatever thread we have created here, that is thread 0, it is a child thread here. And we know that like priority is inherited from the parent thread. Means whatever priority we will give to the parent thread, that will be inherited by the child thread. Which is the parent thread here? Is the main thread. Means if we change the priority of the main thread, it will be change the priority of the thread 0 also. So thread 0 is a child thread and main thread is a parent thread here. Now if I change it from 6 to 10 also, see, if I use here the priorities like if I use here constant also, see, maximum priority I will use here now. What will be the output we will get it now? What will be the output we will get? 10, 10, okay. Anyone have any another answer? Anyone have any another answer? You can speak also, no worries. Anyone have any another answer? Like both different we will get like that. We will get the error here like that. Anyone have any another answer? Okay, I will try to run this one. The range between 6 to 10, 6 to 10 get max priority. Okay, if I run this one, the 10 will be from the console, and the range will be not. That is not a range. Okay, that is not a range. The only for the 10 they have declared the max priority. For 5 they have declared the on priority, and for the one only it will declare the min priority. This is not a range. This is only for the single number. For the one min priority, for the 5 non priority, and for the 10 max priority. So if you use here max priority means it will be 10 only. Okay, it will be 10 only. You can use 10 or you can use the max priority. If we change the priority of the parent thread, so it will be changed to the child thread also. But if you want to change the priority of the child thread also, so how we will change? Simply we will use here the object dot set priority method. Set priority method, and simply I will use here. Okay, simply I am using here 2. Now if I run this one, what will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get now? And the right, if I run this one, yes, and the 2 printing on the console. If you want to change the priority, you can change it with the help of set priority method. If you want to get the priority, simple, you can get the priority with the help of get priority method. Why we are using the priority? According to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to that thread. Okay, according to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to the thread. For that only we are using the priority. Okay, in the priority we have two methods, that is set priority method and the get priority method. Okay, the thread which having the maximum priority, that will be execute first. The thread which having the min priority, that will be allocate, that will be execute last. Okay, after that, here, if you are using priority other than the 1 and 10, suppose here we have a max priority, so I am using here, suppose 11 or less than 0, anything I am using, what it will be give, it will give you the exception. And which exception it will be give? That is the illegal argument exception. If you are using the priorities not between the 1 and 10, so it will be throw one exception, that is the illegal argument exception. See, if I using here 11 and if I run this one now, so what it will give? It will give you the exception. It is illegal argument exception. So priority is started from 1, it will be end to 10. If you are using more than that, it will be give you the exception, that is the illegal argument exception. Okay, so this is the all about the priority. And what is the nature of the priority? The priority is inherited from the parent thread. Okay, so which is the parent thread here inside this example? Is the main priority, main thread is the parent thread, and another thread we have, that is the thread 0. Thread 0 is a our child thread. Okay, so anyone have any doubt inside the priority methods? Anyone have any doubt inside the priority methods? Uses of priority. Yeah, uses of priority means this one. See, suppose if you want that like this priority, this thread will be execute first, this thread will be execute last. If you want to execute the thread, execute a thread by the priorities, like suppose you have a 5 thread. Now, if you want to execute this thread first, then this thread, then this thread, then this thread, and then this thread. Okay, according to you, according to your wish, you want to execute a thread. For that, we are using simply priorities. According to the priorities, BVM will allocate the processor and that thread will be executed. Suppose this thread have the 10 priority, this thread will be allocated first. Suppose this thread have 9, then this thread will be executed after the 10. After 9, it will be executed 8, then 7, then 6. According to the priority, BVM will allocate the processor and JVM will allocate the processor, so that time this thread will be start the execution. Always remember that where thread will be start the execution in the processor. Okay, so when it will be start the execution when JVM allocate the processor to the thread. But as we know that inside the Windows does not inside the Windows priorities is not supported. Okay, priorities does not supported by the Windows. That's why here you notice that also this one has this thing, that is the 0 have the 2 priority and this thing had the means. Now I have used here, we use here 10 and the 2. But if you use here like if you create a 2 thread, if you are giving priorities to that thread. Okay, so the thread having the maximum priority and another thread having the min priority, so sometimes min priority thread will be executed and maximum priority will be executed last, like that it will be happen because Windows does not support the priority. If you are using Mac and all, it will be supported. Okay, okay, anyone have any doubt, any another doubt inside the priorities? Anyone have any another doubt inside the priorities? Tell me, I will be explain you again. No worries. Okay, so we will move to the another. Okay, so we have completed basic methods, naming methods, daemon thread method, and the priority based method. So we will move to the another method, that is the prevent thread execution method. Okay, and these are quite interesting. Okay, so we have here sleep method, yield method, and the join method. Suspend, resume, stop, destroy. These are the deprecated method. Okay, this all the methods are deprecated. We have sleep method here, yield method here, and join method. So what is the prevent thread execution method? If you are using the prevented execution method, that thread will be stop its execution for this sometime. A particular amount of time it will be stop the execution. If that amount of time will be over, that thread will be start the execution again. Okay. One thread is start execution. In the meantime, we are using here using their sleep method, yield method, any other method as the prevented execution method we are using. That thread will be stop its execution for the particular amount of time. If that amount of time will be over, so again that thread will be start the execution again. Okay, that is the only meaning of the prevented execution method. Firstly, we will see sleep method. So simply we will come here and I will show you why we are using the sleep method. So there is the sleep method here. Okay. Method sleep is being used to halt the working of a thread for a given amount of time. If you want to stop the execution of thread for a particular amount of time, for that simply we are using the thread.sleep method. And here we have a two methods. There is a two sleep method. First is a native method and another one is the normal method. Okay. So the method which having the one parameter is called as in that is the native method. And the method sleep method which having the two parameter that is a normal method. Okay, sleep method which having the one parameter that is the native method. The sleep method which having the two parameter that is the normal method. What is the native method? Native method means its implementation is written in the another language like a C and the C++ other than the Java. It is throwing the interrupted exception also. Both the methods are throwing the interrupted exception. Means what this method is saying, we want to use this method, we have to handle this exception first. Try and catch. Okay, we know that while learning exception handling, I told you like how to use the throws. Okay. If you want to use this thing, okay, if you want to use this method, you have to handle the interrupt exception. After that, only you can able to use this method. That is the sleep method. Simply, will come to the eclipse. We will try to execute that method. Okay. Simply, I came here and here what I am doing is inside the run method. Simple, I am writing here for loop int I equals to 0, then I is less than 10 or okay 5 I am writing, and simply I am writing I plus plus. And inside that system I am writing system.out.println. Simply I will print here I. Okay, and if I want to run that, if I want to execute that run method, what we need to do? Simply we have to create an object. So test obj equals to new test. Okay, with the help of that obj, simply I will start a thread. Okay. Now if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get it now? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Are you we will get or not? 4, right? 4 we will get. Simply if I run this one. So 4 we will get. Now here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is printing. But what I want now is simply when 1 will be print, after that thread have to stop execution for the 2 seconds. The 3 second I want that first it will be print 1, it have to wait for the 2 second, then again it will be print 1 or 2, then again it will be print again it have to wait for the 2 second, like that I want. So for that only simply we will use here thread dot sleep method. Simply we will use thread dot sleep method. I am using directly because it is a static method. A static method we can call it directly with the help of class name. So that's why I'm using with the help of get class. I am simply using the sleep method. And inside this parenthesis, we have to give the some value we have to give. Okay, so in the millisecond we have to give, and you know that 1000 millisecond equals to 1 second. Okay? 1000 millisecond equals to 1 second. So if I want to if I want to sleep this thread for the 2 seconds, so for that what we need to do? We have to use here 2000. 2000 means 2 seconds it will be wait. Now here it is giving the error. Why it is giving the error? Because it is throwing the interrupted exception. What this method is saying? If you want to use this method, simply you have to handle the exception first. We can handle with the help of simply try and the catch. Okay, I have handled here exception with the help of try and the catch. Okay, we'll remove this thing also. Okay. So I have handled the exception also. Now we'll see what will be the output we will get. I run this one now. 0. Then after 2 seconds, 1. After 2 seconds, 2 is printing. After 2 seconds, 3 is printing. right? Means our thread will become here. What will how our class will be executing? Thread will become means first VM will come here into the main method. Here it will be create a thread is the main thread. After that main thread is creating the another thread. This thread name is a thread 0. Right? If you are not giving the link by default, it will give the name that is the thread 0. So that object dot start it will become here into the run method. Inside that what we are doing simply we are starting the for loop here. We wrote here the for loop. So inside that it will be go and after that here thread dot sleep. This thread will be sleep for the 2 second now. Okay, it will be sleep for the 2 second now. After that after 2 second it will become here and it will be print value of I. So what is the first value of I? That is the 0. Again it will become here, it will be check the it will be increment the value, it will be check the condition. After that thread dot sleep, it will be sleep for the 2 second again. Then that 2 second will be completed. Then again it will print the value of I here. Okay, then what is the next value of I? 1. Similar like that. After every 2 seconds it will be 2, 3, 4 and the 5. Till 4 it will be printed. If I want to run that, you can write it like that. First 0, 1, 2, like that it will be print. Suppose if I give here the minus value, so what will be happening here? If I run this one, if I give here the minus value, so what will be the output? We get, if we give here the minus value inside the second, so what it will do? It will give you the illegal argument exception. M out value is negative. Okay. You cannot able to give here the negative value. Now another method we have, that is the nanosecond method. Okay. Millisecond and the nanosecond method which having the two parameter, it is a normal method. Method which having the one parameter, it is a static method. Means we can say that it is a native method. Okay, so here I am using the nanosecond. So first time I am using here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Okay, now if I run this one means it will be run. Yes, it is running. Now I am using here the 6 time. I will try to run this one. See, it is running again. It is running again. Right? Now I am using 9 as 7 times. See, here 3 and here 4. So 9 time here 7 time I am using. See, 3 and then 3 and this 7 time I am using 9 this time. If I run this one now, we will see what will be the output we will get. It is giving the illegal argument exception, that is the nanosecond timeout value is out of range. So what is the value? What will be the range of this nanosecond? So we can use the 6 times 9 nanosecond here. If you use 7 times, it will give you the exception, that is the illegal argument exception. Okay, you can able to use only 6 times 9 here, and you can able to use here only the positive value. If you are using the negative value, so it will give you the illegal argument exception. So this is the thread dot sleep method. Thread dot sleep method, why we are using thread dot sleep method? If you want to stop the execution of the thread a particular amount of time, so for that simply we are using the thread dot sleep method. Okay, this is called as the thread dot sleep method. And thread dot sleep method have the sleep method having two method, like one method which having the one parameter and another having the two parameter. One method, this method which having the one parameter, that is the native method, means its implementation is written in the another language, okay, other than the Java. And another method we have, that is the two parameter, is the normal method. Okay, so all the things I explained you as earlier, like we cannot use negative value, we cannot use the value from, we can use the nanosecond value from 0 to 6 times. If you use more than that, so it will be give you the illegal argument exception. Means, and if you want to use the sleep method, you have to handle the exception. It is telling that, like, means it is telling this thing only. The interrupt things, when we learn the interrupt method, that we will use this interrupt method, interrupt things. And this is a synchronization thing. I will explain you while we learn the the synchronization and this thing. Okay, so what this thing is saying, then we have a two threads. Suppose we have a two threads here. Thread 0, and suppose we have a here thread 1 also. Okay, suppose we have a two threads also here, thread 1, okay, and here a thread 0 and the thread 1. So when we apply the thread 0, so when we apply sleep method on the thread 0, for how much time we are applying? for the 2 seconds. So it will not give you guarantee that after the 2 seconds it will be get the processor and it will start the execution again. After 2 seconds it will be not give you the guarantee like after 2 seconds it will be get the processor or not. Why it needs a processor to start the execution again. So it will not give you guarantee that after the 2 seconds it will be execute again. We have another thread also. So sometimes JVM will allocate the processor to this thread and this thread will be in the waiting state only. Okay, so this thing is saying that thing only. Okay, it's completely depend on the thread scheduler. So inside the JVM we have a thread scheduler. That thread scheduler is responsible to allocate the processor to the threads. Okay, so this is the all about the sleep method. Why we are using the sleep method? If you want to stop the execution of the thread for particular amount of time, so for that simply we are using the thread dot sleep method. Okay, so anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt? No? Okay, so now we will move to the another part. Like we have another method here, that is the yield method. So what is meant by yield method? Stop the current execution of the thread and give chance to the other thread of the execution. If you take the real life example, this is the real life example. So this is the real life example. Suppose we went to the mall, we have a two persons like a one person and two person. Okay, first person having the lots of things and they are in the billing counter, and first person having the lots of things in the his bucket, and second person having the only one thing in his bucket. This is the rich person, this is the poor person. Okay, so here if this wants to bill, okay, if this person have to bill, so how much time it will be take? Like half an hour or 1 hour it will be take, right? But if this person want to bill, how much time it will be take? Like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 1 minute. More than 1 minute it will be not. Okay, so suppose it have to miss, both went to the billing counter. So for one thing it have to wait for the 50 minutes, 50 minutes or the 30 minutes. So what this person will do? This person will give the chance to this person. Like it will be say like that, I will wait for some time, you can bill and after that I will be bill. Like it will, this person will say to this person, means this person don't have to wait for that time, like for half an hour it don't have to wait, because this person will give the chance to this person, like you can bill first, after that I will be bill. Okay, like that it will be say. That is only called as the yield method. It will be stop the current execution of the thread and it will give chance to the another thread. That is only called as the yield method. Okay, inside the Java 5 it is internally used the sleep method. In the Java 6 what they are doing, after the Java 6 what they are doing, it provide hint to the thread scheduler. Okay, it will be provide hint to the thread scheduler, like this thread, suppose we have two threads here, first thread and the second thread. What this thread will be do? This thread will be provide hint to the thread scheduler, like uh, I can wait sometimes, you can give chance to the this thread, and it will be completely depend on the thread scheduler. Either it will be accept the hint or it will be ignore the hint. If scheduler will accept the hint, so whatever manner we want the program, so it will be work. But if scheduler ignore the hint, so it will work like that only, it have to wait for the 1 hour. Okay, simply we will try to use that. And here if you notice this method also, that is in the yield method, this yield method is also a native method, and the static method means we can use with the help of directly class name, and it is the native method means its implementation is written in another language. Okay, its implementation is written in the another language. Another thing, output may be vary, means sometimes it will be, I mean, thread scheduler will accept the hint, and sometimes a thread scheduler will be ignore the hint, so result may be vary. So simply we will come here, and inside that what we are doing, so I will remove these things from here. Okay, I will remove this thing from here, and simply I am writing here the for loop, and here also I am using the for loop. Inside the main method also I am using the for loop, and here we will simply use the name of our thread. So how we will print a name? Like thread dot current thread dot get name, and here also simply we will print the name of our thread dot current thread dot get name. So please tell me, what will be the name we will get it here? What will be the name we will get it here? what will be the name? We will get it here inside this one. Main. Anyone have any other answer? Like thread 0 or the main thread 1. Okay. Anyone have any other answer? What will be the name we will get in the this line? Anyone have any other answer? Any answer you can give. No, no worries. If it is wrong also, that is also okay. See, as I told you, as I told you, see, if I want to run this one, so whatever in 5 times. Okay, okay. See, if I run this one now, so what? Who is this? Which thread is responsible to run all the things which are present inside the main method? That is the main thread, right? Main thread will be responsible to execute all the things from here. So what will be the name we will get it here? That is the main thread. Right? And what will be the what will be the name we will get it here? That is the thread 0. Because this is the thread only which is executing this run method. This is the thread which is executing this run method. So for that only we are using the get name method, means for getting the name. If I run this one now, see what will be the output we will get. So here first is main thread is executing, after that thread 0 is executing. Okay, suppose this main thread is taking 5 hours. Okay, I will write here 5 hours, and this another thread we have, this thread is taking only the 2 minutes or 1 minute. I will do right here. This thread is taking 1 minute and this thread is taking 5 minutes. So if I run this one, this thread 0, it will only take 1 minute, but it have to wait a 5 hours before, because this thread will be execute first and after that this thread will be execute. So this thread have to wait for the 5 hours for only 1 minute of the time. So for that what we will use? Simply we will use the yield method. See here, if I run this one, so this time main thread is executing, after that thread 0 will be executed. We don't want like that. We don't want like that. What we want this thread will be executed first, and after that this thread will be executed, main thread. For that simply we will use the thread dot yield method. So in that what it will be do, this main thread will be stop its execution and it will be give the chance to the another thread. Is the another thread here? Is the thread 0. Okay, it will give chance to the another thread. This is thread 0, means thread 0 will be execute first and after that main thread will be execute. But remember that it will be completely depend on the thread scheduler. Thread scheduler will accept the hints or they ignore the hint. Okay, thread scheduler will accept the hint or they ignore the hint. I will tell you. So here simply I will write thread dot, simply we have to use yield. Okay, simply we have to use the thread dot yield method. So JVM will come here. JVM will see we have created a, means JVM will come here and it will be created a thread here. So which thread will be created here? That is the main thread. Main thread will be execute this line first, then this line it will be execute, again it will be execute this line. That is the thread dot yield method. When JVM will see this line, which thread is executing here? That is the main thread. So main thread will be send the hint to the our thread scheduler. Okay, main thread will be send the hint to the thread scheduler, like I can wait for this. Sometimes you can give chance to the another thread. Okay, if the thread scheduler will accept the hint, then thread 0 will be execute first and main thread will be execute main thread will be execute last. Now we will try to run this one. See, so this time our thread scheduler ignore the hint. We'll try to run this many times. Okay, sometimes thread scheduler will accept this. See, this time thread scheduler accept the hints, means our thread 0 is executed first. After that our main thread is executed. It is completely depend on the thread scheduler. That's why we have wrote here like out may be vary. It's the different. Output may be vary. Output may be different for the sometimes, because it is completely depend on the thread scheduler. Thread scheduler if accept the hints, so we will get the result. If thread scheduler not accept the hints, so we will not get the result. Means we will get different result. See, run this one again. This time also thread scheduler accept the hint. Sometimes it will be ignored. See, this time thread scheduler ignores the hint. Okay, so that is the meaning of the yield method. It will stop the execution of the current thread. It will give chance to the other thread. That is the only meaning of our yield method. Okay, so anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt? No? Yes, yes. Yes, this is the method of the threads only. Okay, I'm telling you the methods of the thread only. What is the yield method will do? What will be the sleep method will be do? Okay, yield method is it use is only for the means, or it will stop the execution of the current thread and it will give chance to the other thread. Okay, but output may be varied. Sometimes it is completely depend on the thread scheduler. But we will try. No, we will sometimes we will try like if you run multiple times, so sometimes thread scheduler will accept it. Right? That time we will use the thread, that time we will use the yield method. Sometimes we want like this thread will be stop and other thread will be start the execution. That's why we are using the yield method. Because sometimes thread scheduler will accept the hint. That time we will get the result. Okay. Okay. As I told you, like thread schedule means we cannot assume the execution of the threads. That's why we cannot assume. Okay. So now we have another method, that is the join method. So what is meant by join method is okay. So join method, inside the join method, what it will be do when we have, if you have three threads, we will take the real life example first. Suppose we went to the driving license. We went for the driving license. This is the first one. This is the second one, second counter, and instead this one we have a third counter. Okay, if we went to the we went for the driving license, so there we have a three counter. Suppose, okay, first for the driving, okay, another for the medical, okay, another we have for the officer, another for the officer. So if you went for the driving license, what it will do? First driving will complete. After that medical will happen. If medical will complete, then officer check your file, and if officer will check your officer will give signs to your on your license. Like this step will be happen like that. First driving will happen, then medical will happen, and then officer will sign to your license. Have it will be happen like that, like driving will happen first, then first medical will happen, then driving will happen, and then officer will happen like that. It will be not happen like that, right? First driving will happen, then medical will happen, then officer will sign your license, right? It will happen like that. Sometimes means if you are if you notice ever like all the things will be happen at the one time, no, right? So first driving, medical, and then officer will happen. Now we will try to create a program on this tip. Okay, so what we need to do? First, we have to create a class for the driving class, then medical, and for the officer. Simply, we will create this example here inside your class. Okay, so what we will do? Simply, I will remove this thing from here, and I will remove this thing also. The extend thread. What we will do is simply I will create a class here, class with the name. That is the first thing here. That is the driving. So I will write here driving. Okay, and I want to make it as a thread. So simply I will use here extends thread class. With the help of thread class, I will make it as a thread. Okay. Now, if I want to make it thread, what is the next step? Simply we have to override the method. So I will use here public void run. Okay. Inside the run method, we will print something. So simply I will printing system.out, and here whatever you want to print, you want to write, you can write it here. So I will write here driving driving is started. Okay, and after that I want to wait it for the 2 seconds, and after that it will have to print like driving is ended. So for that what we will do, simply we'll use here get dot sleep method. Here I will write after 3 seconds it have to print like driving is ended. It is giving the error. Why? Because we have not used here and catch. Okay, after that simply we'll use here system dot out, and after that it will be print driving is ended. Okay, driving is end, like that we will. Okay, but driving is started. What it will do? We have created the class here with an extend thread here, and we have overridden the run method here. After that, here we have wrote like driving is started. It will print driving is started first. After that, thread dot sleep. The thread will be sleep for the 3 seconds. and again it will become, and what it will do, driving is end, it will be after the 3 seconds. Same like that, we will create another counter here, like a class. And what is the another counter here? That is the medical. I will use here medical. Same like that, I will use here. I will extend the thread here also. Extends thread class. And inside that, simply I will override the run method public void run. Okay. Inside that system dot out, I will write simply, and I will write here same thing. Medical is started, and after 2 seconds or after 3 seconds or after 5 seconds, we want to complete a medical. For that, simply we will use here thread dot sleep. Oh, sorry, thread dot sleep we will use simply here, and here now I want for the 5 seconds. Okay, and after that we have to handle the exception also. So try and catch we will write here, and after the try and catch, simply we will write system dot out, and here after the 5 seconds it will be like medical is ended. Okay, so what it will be do, simply it will be print medical is started, it will be sleep the 5 seconds, and then it will be print medical is ended. Right, now again we have a last session here, that is the officer. Driving is completed, medical is completed, now officer. So for that also we will create a officer class, and inside the officer class what we will do, same thing we will make it here, is the extends thread. Okay, we will simply extend the thread here. After that we will override the run method here, public void run. Same thing we are doing, and here we will write system all dot out officer check. Anything you can write it here. I'm simply writing like that, and after that it have to wait for the thread dot sleep. It have to wait for the 2 seconds, and after that it will be print like that. And after the 2 seconds it will be sign this thing. So system dot out, and simply it will be officer is signed. Okay, so what it will do, it will come here, officer is checking the file, it will be sleep for 2 seconds, and then it will be officer is signed. Okay, so what we did here, simply we have created the class like three classes like driving, medical, and the officer. Inside the driving class we have simply extend the thread, and inside this one we have overridden the run method. First it will be print driving is started, then it have to wait for the 3 seconds, then it will print driving is ended. Okay, after that it will come here inside medical, it will be print medical is started, then it will be wait the 5 seconds, and then it will print medical is ended. After that, similarly, officer is checking the file, and after that it will wait for the 2 seconds, and it will print officer is signed. Right, it have to means, if you want to execute that, what we need to do, simply we have to create an object, and we have to start with the start method. So simply I will create an object which is our first class, that is driving. So I will write here new driving. See, this is our class driving. With the help of this driving, just it will be done. So first thread will be created. After that, another thread we have, that is the medical. Medical thread is also created. Medical dot start. Simply we have to write. Okay. After that, simply we have another thread also. That is a new, that officer. So I will use officer here also. And with the help of this officer, we will start the thread again. Okay, so we have three threads here, that is driving, medical, and the officer. Right. First driving will go, driving start. So it will be print like that, driving is started, it will wait for the 3 seconds, and it will print driving is ended. After that medical will go, and medical is started, then it will wait the 5 seconds, and medical is ended, it will be print. And after that officer will go, officer is checking, the thread will be wait for the 2 seconds, and officer is saying. So can we will get the result like that? Can we get the result like that? Yes or no? Yes or no? No? Yuvraj is saying no. Okay, Sai is also saying no. Anyone have any other answer like yes, it we will get like that? Yes or no? Simple yes or no. You have to type only, no? You can type also, you can speak also, no worries. If it is wrong also, no worries. Just tell me, we will get the result like that or no? Okay. Just tell me another thing. Can we assume the execution of the thread? Can we assume the execution of the thread? Can we assume the execution of the thread? No, right? No. So what we will do? If you run this one, so see what will be the output we will get. So three threads we have. All the threads will be executed at the same time. See, medical is started, driving is started, officer is checking. Officer is signed, driving is ended, medical is ended. We don't want like that. So what we want? First we want the driving. After that we want a medical, and after that is officer we want, right? So when driving is happening, that time medical and officer have to wait. Okay, means have to wait for some time. When driving is complete, then medical have to start. When medical is started, officer have to wait for some time. When medical is ended, that time only officer have to start. Okay, we want like that. So for that, simply we are using the join method. Okay, for that, simply we are using the join method. And if we want to use the join method, what we need to do? Simply we have to use the interrupted exception. You have to handle the interrupted exception first. So simply I will come here, and what I am doing is simply I will use here the join method. So I will rewrite here driving. When driving is completed, after that only it have to start the medical. So I will write here driving dot join. Okay, I will throw the exception, interrupted exception from here. Okay, so when driving is started, then only it will start the medical. When medical is ended, then only officer have to start. So I will write here medical dot join. Okay, if I run this one now, see what will be the result we will get. Driving started, then medical driving is ended, medical is started, then medical is ended, and officer is checking. After that, officer is signed. We want like that. So what happened when we use the join method? So it will become here inside the main method. So we are creating an object here. Then we are creating an object means we are creating a thread here. After that, driving dot start. Okay, driving dot start. So it will be start our this thing. That is the whatever thing we are writing inside the driving, that it will be executing inside the run method. So driving is started. After that, it will be see like driving dot join. What it will be do? It will stop the execution here. It will be wait for this another thread have to complete its task. Okay, when driving will complete, then it will be start the medical. Okay, when this driving will complete its task, then it will be start the medical. And which thread is executing this all of the thing? That is the main thread. So main thread only will execute. Main thread will be only stop this thing here. Okay, when it will be see driving dot join. So what it will be do? It will be stop the execution, and it will be wait to complete the driving task. When driving it complete its task, then it will start the execution again. Then it will become then it will create a medical thread again. It will see again medical dot join. What it will do? Main thread will be stopping execution here only. It will wait to medical will be complete its task. Then medical will complete its task. Then main thread will be start the execution again, and it will be create officer again. It will be start the officer. Whatever we write inside the officer, it will be print that thing. Okay, so that is the use of our join method. Okay, that is the use of the join method. Current thread stoppage execution, thread goes into the waiting state. Means this current thread will be stoppage execution. Which thread is working here? That is the main thread. Main thread will be stoppage execution here. It will come into the waiting state. Okay, after that this thread will be completed task, that is the driving thread is completed task, then only it will start the execution again. So that is the only meaning of our join method. Inside join method also we have a three methods like join. We don't have any parameter, join with one parameter, and join with two parameter. So you can provide here the time also, according to time it will be start. So that is the use of our join method. Okay, so anyone have any doubt here inside the join method? Anyone have any doubt? No. So okay, so today also we saw many methods like execution method. After before that we saw the priority based method. So today's assignment is that you have to create a program on the priority method. priority methods and the preventive execution method is sleep, yield, and the join method also. If you have any doubt, you can ping me or you can ping it on the group. We will definitely help you. Okay, that's it for today, guys. If you have any issues, please ping in the group or ping me. Okay, because it is a little bit tricky only. Okay, you can solve, you will be solved. I know that. But if you have any doubt, you can ping me or ping it on the group. Okay, if you want to revise anything, we are posting every day video on the group, so you can watch it before. You can watch it that also. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you for your time. We will